what's up, everybody, and welcome to the mid-season finale of Everybody's Talking About It. I'm your boy Mar.Jayy, and this is the show that everybody's talking about, and the show that we talk about everything that everybody is talking about. So, on this mid-season finale, we're going to talk about all things social media, the things that we see that's and the things that we don't like, and the things that we do like. We're going to talk about all that. So, you know, I brought in my usual crew to end this off right for y'all. Give it up for Terry. Hey, what's up? You ready to end this off? Off. Give it up for China, y'all. What's up, China? Come on, Khalif, come on out. Let them know. What's up, everybody? And last but certainly not least, Rodney. Here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to end this off?
Let's do it.
First of all, 2021. We're here.
We are here.
So far, so good, or so far, so what?
We ain't know who's gonna make it.
Listen,
We got here.
we here.
Huh?
2020 part
Cheers
two.
to
Let's
that.
drink to that.
Yeah.
Let's drink to
Right.
that.
We're here.
Clink, you ain't clink.
I
It don't mean if it
I
don't
did
clink. It don't work if it don't clink.
And the eye contact, all that.
So, let's get right into it.
Let's
We're
go.
going to be talking about social media.
Okay.
So, all things social media. What is going on social media right
Toxic.
now? It's a
Very
toxic
toxic.
place to be.
You think so?
Yes.
You know
I
what?
do.
I
Very much
actually love it in the artist's point of view. I mean, it's given so many people a chance that probably would have never, ever gotten that spotlight to be able to just be like, boom, here I am. You know what I mean? Yes, it does have its negative stuff, but man, the people that we got to see off of it, it's been amazing.
And I can see that in like the artistry
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
entrepreneurial world, but for like the regular like
Oh, well, for-
couch potatoes that's just on home scrolling all day long, I'm like, you gotta like, at what point do you want to like take a break from it, or just, I don't know, even like have a different following and not follow all of the Instagram models and like,
And negative stuff.
right, because
The
it's not
negative-
only
well, yeah,
that
the
type of
negative
stuff
stuff.
on
Because-
social media. It's
and
like,
that's
it's
what I was
who
saying.
you follow.
Because you have a point, I agree. I like it for that because, like I said, I share pages from, shout out to They Have the Range and You Better Sing, those pages, because I look at those pages because I love music and I like to
Right,
hear
right.
the different singers and all that. And I thank you for shedding light for all the singers around the world. Shout out to y'all. And that's what the good thing about it is. Now, here we go with the bad things. Where people that wake up every day, every morning, y'all know who y'all are, and somebody's hating on y'all. Y'all want to post up there, oh, I got this hater, I got this hater. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Who hated on you? Where were you going? What were you doing at 8 a.m.? That somebody had the audacity to hate on you. And then you don't even say who they are. So now we're all lost. You're just talking randomly out loud.
I feel like social media, Instagram especially, gives people is a platform for people to just be whoever they want to be.
Even if
say
you're not
whatever
really
they wanna
that
say.
person. Right.
Yes.
Oh, they're never that
Very
person.
common.
That's the thing. You very rarely find somebody who is the person that they are on Instagram.
Right.
Because
But I think that is a horrible thing, though.
Right.
Because
Why?
if you're counting on social media to make you who you want to be, why would you ever put that much trust in anything to make you? I am who I am on that screen or not. And so I think a lot of people have a false sense of their own personality because of how many likes they got or how many people hearted them in their inbox. I think social media is not bad, it's what you make it.
Right.
And if you have made a personality out of that, you need to reevaluate who you really are outside of that screen.
well,
So
shit, they
that's-
don't even
so
know.
that
They
goes
don't
to
know.
My topic again about entertainment and then a real person. You know what I mean? Because what if I'm just on there and I'm just acting? You know what I mean? And it's getting me what I want.
No, that's fine. So again, we're separating the career aspect of
But
it.
no,
I
I'm not
didn't mean
talking about as a career aspect, but just somebody just making up a role. Like if I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna make a page and I just want to be a negative person, I just want to talk shit.
Yeah,
But
bad.
why?
Well, you know why? Because you're
Bad.
suffering from an existential identity crisis.
You think
You
so?
want to be somebody else.
Absolutely.
That's the problem.
I think that
But
people
are you
just want
putting
to be
yourself in somebody
in a-
else's shoes? Or are you speaking about like if you were like this type of person?
If I
Right?
was that type of person,
Okay,
you
but I
know,
feel like
because because I've met somebody off of there that is very like has a very controversial personality on there.
Mhm.
But meeting them, they're totally different.
So they
You know what I mean?
put on their front for just the media.
It's for entertainment purposes. You know what I mean?
Clout.
Entertainment my ass.
I don't.
Entertainment my ass. It is clout chasing.
And some of it is fun.
I think that it's more so you guys you're talking about kind of doing it on an intentional level, like to do it to say, okay, you know, I'm creating a character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intentionally coming on here, and this is the persona that I'm putting out for a specific reason.
Correct.
I feel like you guys are more so talking about like on a strength of everyday people getting on there. You probably are the most corniest person in real life, but on here you're acting and pretending like you are that person, or I have so many haters, but nobody pays you attention at all. Like it's more so like having this inflated sense of reality about who
you
necessarily are,
or who you think you are.
I ended up seeing these people, these little boys, like teenage boys, and they just went and robbed something. And then they got on social media, and then, we getting money up in here. We getting money. It's different than what's being portrayed in reality about.
I just think it's just on a different aspect because, like, let's just say even back in school, you know, when you, us as kids going to school, you put not everyone, but there were those people that put on a persona at school.
Absolutely.
But when they get back home or in their neighborhood, they're a totally different person. You know what I mean? I just think social media now just allows it to just be more broadcasted. So there's nothing different about it.
I think it's a lot different.
I do. And here's why I say it's different. I think it's different because when you have that persona at school, is because this is for me to kind of fit in. I'm living my day-to-day life. Like I have to go to school here, so I have to try to find some commonality with the people I go to school with. But for you to be on social media misrepresenting yourself in front of people who you've never met, you're clout chasing right now. You don't know these people. You probably never meet half of your friends list.
But why are you doing that in high school?
Right.
Well, listen, because here's the thing. In high school, well, I didn't do that in high school, so I wouldn't know.
I'm not saying that.
But I will say that. I will say this. In high school, I have to go here. I have to basically be here. I have to physically be present in this school. So that means in order for me to probably get away with not being bullied, picked on, I kind of got to find commonality with these kids. I got to find out what they like. So that means if they like a tough talking kid, let me be that one. So or if I could, let me tell you this, I identify with that.
Okay.
I identify with that. Because I will say that I wasn't a popular kid in younger grades. But because I had a big personality, I could use that to my advantage. So I used it in a negative way, I'll say. I'm here now, but I used it to be the class clown. You know what I mean? People, would laugh at me. Or I was the one who wasn't afraid to get smart with the teacher and all of that, while everybody else would be like, I was that kid, so I understand how it feels to be physically present in that moment. Okay. But for you to be on the other side of a cell phone, or on a laptop or an iPad or whatever you may be using social media on, and for you to make up a whole character who you're not to please people who you never.
Well, here's the difference. The difference is but it's not. Let me tell you what the difference is. He's talking about kids now, high school kids or whatever, and we can't. You talking about grown people? Grown people who got a
At what age?
Who takes pictures under the palm tree and put, this hanging hating on me, as if you was the. Discover on vacation.
I'm not finna
you ain't the first
no
that been on vacation.
I'm not finna equate no high school kids who are trying to figure out life, they're teenagers, with no grown people who pay their phone bill every month to sit on there and put on for people that they'll never meet. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
These are kids. They're finding their way. All kids do go to school. We have to act. You have to figure out.
So at what age do you stop wanting? At what age do you stop seeking validation
in their 50s
from other people?
Some people are in their damn 50s.
So because of the aspect of you never, it's not like this is something, I turned 25 and it just
And it
automatically
just
stops.
Yeah.
You still seek a validation. So these people that are still, you look at them as grown, it's the same aspects,
Yep.
like the psychological aspects
Yep.
behind why you did what you did in high school of creating, oh, I'm going to be a class clown. I'm going to do this because of the acceptance that comes along with it, the validation that comes along with how you felt. So there was an inflation of whatever it is that you dipped and dabbled in where you was able to go. On social media, I feel like the difference is that there is no looks. Nobody can look at you. There's like the freedom
That's
to
what
be
makes it
behind
bad.
a
That's
keyboard
what makes it bad to me.
to be like, okay, you know, this is what I think. This is what I
Yep.
feel. I'm going to put it out there. Da 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 da. And I don't have anybody else.
Yep.
Like,
I just got myself. So
like,
I'ma
yeah,
I'ma
these
do
likes. I'm
Yeah.
putting there. I'm putting the likes in all of this stuff.
I don't
I don't
like
agree.
it.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I don't
To
think
make
that.
it
I think
happen.
that that's the problem.
That's the
and
problem.
I think that we
Yeah.
don't call it out enough. We are sitting here watching people, and we either egg on that behavior by liking it, or sharing it, or even comment and saying, "Well, girl, who hating on you?" Or you know, man, who doing this? And we feed into it. Where instead of just saying, "Let me ignore this motherfucker," because
Listen,
you sound
that's-
stupid.
But
Social media.
but that's exactly what it is. I mean, if you don't fuck with it,
Yeah, I do. Now I'm saying
Like-
the people who do, because let me tell
So
you this:
you don't
a
think
person
social
wouldn't post
media
that.
ruins or taints the aspect of real life relationships? Like,
No.
just like for an example, and I'm gonna tell you where I don't like it. Social media can ruin a relationship. Like,
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I think
why?
I
I
think it
tend
all
not
goes-
to go after people who have this large following. Somebody who's always in somebody's comments. Everybody gotta like your stuff. You always talking. I don't like that. You're a liability to me. You talking too much.
But
So
that's
you're
the
too much.
person.
So, but that's
not
So what if
social
you
media.
What if you get into somebody like an artist or something like that? Like, would you totally say no? If
But
that's
you
their
keep
job?
talking about an artist. We did that part.
No,
we're
I'm just
talking
saying-
about regular, everyday people like us.
So an artist can be a regular everyday person.
yeah,
Just
but
because they're not.
yeah,
just
but if
because they're
I
not
want to date an
famous.
artist,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to date an artist, and I know what comes along with that.
Okay.
I'm talking about if I want to date anybody who's just a 9-to-5 HR, whatever.
Fuck yo. And y'all ain't gonna keep bringing this up.
Okay.
I tend not to go after the person that's too social because you're a liability. You know what I mean?
My
You're.
partner doesn't even have to have a social media. Like
I like the
right.
laid back
So
person.
is
Yeah.
okay, but would that be a consideration of an insecurity of yours because you're insecure of a person?
I'll take
that's-
it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'll take it. But on the other end, there is a piece to that. Like, nobody wants to be with anybody who's always in something.
But-
Why you gotta be the life of this social media?
But
part?
Well, I was
But
born
that's-
that way. If you
I
want to
was
really go
gonna
and
say
ask your
that's-
question,
that's-
I was born that way. I was born.
Somebody gotta
So
get
if you got a problem with it, that's on you.
Yeah.
I am. And the problem. That's the reason why we can go back to. I didn't mean to cut you off, Chop. We're gonna go right back to your thought. That's the main reason why I have to remain single sometimes. That goes back to a couple of episodes ago when we talked about that. Because I haven't gotten to the point where it ain't about me. And that's the thing. Where I got my dreams, my goals, my things I need to do for myself, it is about me. And I don't want to make it about you. So that's the reason. So you did say that. You hit it right on the nose. It has to be about that. That's why I don't misrepresent myself online. I don't have no need to. Because it's always, no matter what you think out there, what anybody think, I'm going to be me. And if you don't like it, up yours. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, this is my word. You're just a squirrel in it. You know what I mean? This is how I live. This is how I live.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna sit here and try to revert me or try to change that into something that I'm not, so I can put on social media so people can like my shit. No, I don't need you to like my shit.
I really
I
be
like my
yourself.
shit.
Just be
But
yourself.
that might be that person being their self.
That's true too.
Because that's more so like of the belief. You know what I'm saying? If I feel as like social media is there to be social. You know, if I'm a social person 9 times out of 10, my object is going to be social. Like, I'm going to go on there, and that's just who I'm going to be.
Right.
I'm going to go on there, I'm going to be social, I'm going to have this following, this large following, I'm going to relate to people. People are going to relate to me. There are certain people who feel as though I don't care nothing about social media, and that is their
cool.
prerogative.
And that is,
like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not to take anything away from the person who feels as though I want to come on social media and this is my objective. And it doesn't take anything away from the person who feels as though, yo, I don't care anything about social media.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that's not what you vibe
So you
with.
don't think it's a thing of being? Is there such thing as being too social on social media?
I do.
Do you think it's
I do.
like we call it being
I
Joe?
was
Do you
about to
think
say-
people like being Joe? People being over the top?
Terry, what you want?
We see it all the time.
What do you mean
Hold
by
on, Terry. Hold on, God.
I was gonna say like that would be called Joe for me
Me and
too,
Joe.
but I'm like, and I get the like networking like part of it, and you want to like the mutual friends aspect, but I'm like, sometimes like it goes back to that attention seeking. Hey, look at me! I want my name to be
I'll
shown
throw
here.
this-
I want my name to be shown
I'll throw
here.
this right at her because she right.
And it's like sometimes, but then it's like, is that just who they are? Like, and that's something that I gotta
Yeah.
accept.
No.
But
I
No.
work in emotional
Never gonna
support.
accept
Let me
it.
tell you, it's who these people
Right.
are. It doesn't change when these people get older. It just is on another level.
And
Like, and
social
that's
media
just
just
what it is.
elevated it.
The
That's all.
most of your personality, I could guarantee, if you laid back now, you probably was chill in high school. You just in chill in elementary school. That probably just was your personality. So when
Yeah.
it comes out and you're met with the same people, I didn't need social media to sit there and let me think that somebody is Joe. I
Yeah.
could look at you and be
It's
like,
tough.
yo, she Joe.
Joe.
Shit. Like,
Yeah.
and it was no social media involved. It's
Right.
just the fact that
Right.
now social media is here, so everything is in our face.
Yep.
We see everybody's personality. But again, working in emotional support, this is something that starts at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
That's why I brought up the high school thing, because it's like we
Right.
saw that then. The only
Right.
difference is now it's just on a bigger scale.
I hate that social media helped to
Reveal it more.
reveal it and feed it.
And enhance it. I was just about to say, people grow off of their social media. So a lot of things that I say this is because we know people for who they are.
Yeah.
So when you know people for who they are and then you see who they are on social media, sometimes it does psych you out. You will be like, well, who are you? Wow, who is this person? Like who really
A
are
pet
you?
peeve of mine too. Sorry to cut
No,
you
go
off.
ahead.
It's just like everything's a competition nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
And like some people feel like they gotta keep up with the girl on Instagram with the most likes and what she wearing and where she traveling to. But it's like that's her lifestyle. You don't have to keep up like
With it.
with her. But like some people feel like that they have to just because of like what Instagram
I feel
is
like a
today.
lot of people like that though don't really know themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And these
they're
are people
looking-
that I'm speaking about, like when you mentioned like the artists. I'm
I
like
get
regular
you.
people that
Okay.
like trying to be the it people, but it's like, who are you trying to impress for real?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. And
So
that's
I don't think it's so much of social media being the problem. I think people need to look inside of themselves.
yeah,
and,
it is beyond that.
You know.
And but you know what the problem is? Isn't it? Just social media becomes the problem because it's the enabler.
It's the vehicle.
That's the problem.
It's the vehicle.
It's like where it's the catapult because you start realizing how many people comment. You ever see when like one social media platform might be shut down or running funny, everybody go to the next one and go, is your Twitter acting funny? Is your Instagram acting crazy? And you start realizing, damn, y'all really can't survive. Like y'all really can't. Y'all really can't even breathe without it.
Yeah.
It gets to the point
It
when
is
you start,
dangerous
it's so
sometimes.
dangerous. You
Very.
start realizing, damn, like Instagram probably been down for 5 minutes and you done already peaked.
That's
You
because
done
we
already
so
peaked and
connected
lost your
to
mind.
It. Like our hands are literally, phone
Yeah.
are literally glued in our hands. Like all day, we got access to it like 24/7. So it's like even like I just told my friend this when I'm at work. Like I just had to log out of Instagram because it's so easy for me just to pick it up and scroll. Not
No.
even specifically looking for anything, but just because
Just
it's a habit.
a
Yeah.
habit.
Social
And it
media
was
has
made
even
like that.
plagued our families because the older members of our family, mom, she is glued to her Facebook. Like she will call me and say, Mar, you see what such and such they put on Facebook? And it's early in the morning.
No,
I said, it's the
my
top of the
mother-
morning,
my
6
mother-
girl and already then
Somebody help my
Somebody
mom get
pay.
on Facebook and Instagram and at TikTok and it's like, I'll be like, oh my God. So they start sending you stuff and I'll be like, Mom.
And then she called people by, so sometimes she'll call people by their Facebook name. She was like, Mar.Jayy just always on Facebook smoking. I said,
listen.
I said, yeah. She always up on things just to smoking. And I said, Mom, that's what they do. People put everything that they have in their life on social media.
Somebody
quoted.
quoted.
Doing it.
Yeah, I started to slow down,
yeah,
especially on
I did
Facebook,
too.
because I feel like Facebook is more like intimate to me. Like I follow people on there that like from K through 8 and then high school to college or whatever. Like Instagram is more of a my peers and like some people I've seen in past and mutual friends, stuff like that. But Facebook, I feel like it's gotten so personal like recently, and I feel like it's like I don't know, like driven to like know your personal information now, just with the little quizzes and everything that they ask you. It's just so
it's definitely a double-sided
yes
thing going on. Okay, definitely a double-sided thing going on there.
Wait,
but
there was a quote that I thought like was really good. I don't know who said it, but someone in an older generation said, "I've never seen a generation of people posting so much of them doing so little." And that thing hit me. I was like, it's so true. Because if you think about it, we post a lot throughout the day. And it's like, we ain't really doing much. Imagine how much more we can get done in your life or in your career if you would come off of social media and just focus on something else different. Now, if it's your career, that's one thing. But like, I believe that quote was so real.
But
and that's true.
I get that, but like, what is more to you might not be more to another person. You know what I mean? So
I'm sorry. It's people that come on Instagrams and do this
all day. So again, we're not talking about career.
And the fad with the fucking hookah.
like
that shit is bothering.
The hookah thing gets on my nerves.
That is getting on everybody in the camera.
Just smoke.
Like,
why do you have to post? Oh wait.
But
and all in the camera like.
Just to show that you're doing.
And it's like y'all gotta chill.
And it really is, or everybody snapping their food, like. And I understand. I understand. But it's like
and it don't look edible.
Not all of it. Listen.
Not all of it.
You just be like, goodness gracious, stop posting that nasty slop. Like, don't do it anymore. But. However, it's more so like people have even posted so much. Like when people post like 60 stories a day. I don't understand. It's just it makes me dizzy.
I'm not that interested in you.
I'm not doing it. And I feel like I don't feel like my life is that interesting.
My life
to post things up.
Let me tell you, I don't get on like and post things like that and do anything like that on social media. But I kind of just a little bit disagree because like I see it and it works. For some people, like with them doing that there's another person on the other side that really looks up to that person and enjoys that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just
then reach out to me. Reach out to me and say,
just another
I'd like to meet you. You're cool. Let's be personal.
That's what it is, though.
Because you don't like somebody taking food pics, but there's a lot of people that love that. Just like on this side,
so let me
nobody wants to see you having fun at a party all the time. But everybody here probably has posted themselves up at a party.
Live vicariously through other people's
lives. So it all comes down to it's just what you're into.
But here's the
thing.
I
think it's problematic when people feel like because you didn't post it, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. And I don't live that way.
Yeah.
I have seen the world. And just because I did not post it didn't mean that I didn't go to that country or I didn't sail there on a cruise or I didn't take that flight. You would never know because that's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But if I died today, I'm content on what I did. You can't tell me that my life was boring because you didn't see it.
Right.
I mean, yes, and I took trips because I took a trip to you. We went to Atlanta, me and Sadiqa, we went to New Orleans. I didn't even pull out my phone when we were on these trips because it's like, how can you vacate?
See,
to vacate,
I'm
when you look at the word vacate, it means to leave
Like
something.
If
So
I
if
see
I'm
one more person
vacating,
in
But
Miami,
is that a
But
bad
in
thing?
today's
we
though?
didn't all put our
time,
coins
like-
together to go to Miami.
You going
All
to
they
take
gotta
some
see
pictures
is-
and
No, nobody
and-
said take
and-
pictures.
But
You
if
can
that's
take pictures,
broadcast
they your
it.
pictures.
That's what I'm saying with me. Like I'm very calculated about what I post when I'm when I am out because I do post a lot like when I'm on vacations and stuff. But I'm very specific about what gets shown and like what's off the scenes. It's like I don't know. It's just in the moment, and it's like we live in the technology
Yeah,
day and
and
age.
I
It's
think
like
I think that's a lot of
That's
what it is.
Right. We live
You
in
know
the
what I mean? I don't
technology.
think it's so much of a bad thing that people just like to do that.
It just depends
Yeah.
on how
It's just-
often.
It's just not.
Because I don't
just-
post
Right,
a
like
lot,
on a
but if I
regular
do on a trip,
Wednesday,
that's
and
I
fine.
just feel like
like-
if it's not your thing, it's not your thing.
I don't need. I don't
think
need
it's
to
a
post.
negative.
Don't
But
you
here's the
hate the
thing.
whole post at work, get in the bag, off to the money? That's what you supposed to do. You supposed to wake up every day and go to work. Why do I need to see a picture of you in your computer at your cubicle?
Well, I feel judged.
I'm getting. I'm
feel
at the
judged.
bag.
I
You
feel
supposed
judged.
to get up every day and go to work. Why would
So
you
what?
even know that?
Hey, guess what? You want to know
But
that
I think you're
because
supposed to.
But I
the
think
sun
you're
was hitting
supposed
me
to
just right at that desk. So I am going to take a picture of the sun hitting me just right. But
Nonsense.
before that, we're going to say it like this. Social media, it's the problem. It becomes problematic, like you said, for a moment because people don't know what to post. That basically means if you 4 people a month, don't post niggas. Don't post no niggas. Don't post no because here's the problem. This is not going to be your main or your main dude. So why would you keep posting somebody who you feel like going last a minute?
Right.
You 5 niggas a week. How are you doing that? How are you posting? How you? I'm in love. I got bit by the love bug. You ain't get bit by shit. It was probably a mosquito. Because here's the problem. Y'all be bullshitting with yourselves. Social
That's
media
my
got y'all
problem.
so much.
It got a lot
Social
of
media
people-
will rush your relationship status. They will make you want to fall in love with somebody that you know ain't right for you just because you think it's your time. And they
that's
make you
my
wear
problem.
clothes. They make you wear clothes that you don't even look
Yep.
good in. Just because somebody
That
else
means
buy
that
it.
social
They
media
make
has
the
control
baldest
over
of
you.
bitches buy
Right.
bundles
And
that they know they
you
don't
have
have the
control
hair
over
to
you.
attach it on.
So that's-
It's all kinds of shit that happens on social media.
That's the only point we're making. I think the point we're making is social media too much of it and how this personality you put on, it really can tarnish who you really are. Now what are your personal relationships really looking like? Are you a good person in a relationship? Can you actually speak to people? Can you form sentences? Can you do all of these normal things that we do personally on one-to-one? I can't sit here and say that social media is what you make it, absolutely. But I think it ruins people's personal lives and relationships.
It does.
I think it ruins people's personal lives and relationships if
You allow it to. And
If you
don't know
misrepresenting
who you
yourself.
are.
And
Like
yeah, if you don't know
I can't say that for me. Like like you going back to what you said about if you messing with four people and then you post something with one person on social media, dog, that's you.
Yeah,
like that's you, regardless of social media or not. Like that's what you chose to do.
Right.
It's not because of. I mean, I can't
social
say it's
media
not.
was the vehicle that got them there.
You're correct, and you're correct in that. But to say because social media is around, this is why
this
these
is
things
happening.
are happening.
It has allowed, social media is the vehicle that has allowed people
The
to
only
portray themselves in a light that they're not. I'm not saying that social media is the blame, but it is the vehicle
The only
to help people
difference
portray themselves
with
that way.
That being said, is just you see it a lot more now with different people that aren't just in your circle. That's the only difference. This has happened throughout the years of time. Like
And you're
this
talking
has
about
been going on
groupthink.
constantly. Like people are like
It
that.
has. It's been going on, but it's been not been in this particular light.
And
Right,
that's
that's what I'm
because that
saying.
wasn't
You're
the
not-
society
You
that
might,
we
you
lived
might,
in.
you might be the only 2 people that know that Maurice has slept with 5 other people. But now because he has a Twitter and all of that, Now the whole world got to know that he's posting this one person, knowing that he didn't sleep with these other people.
But what's the difference? Just
the difference is now he has now misrepresented himself to the world because he felt like he wanted to do that because social media was the vehicle.
To make one thing clear, I have not slept with anybody.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just because he misrepresented himself to more people. That's why you're saying it's wrong.
And there was a vehicle that allowed him to do it.
So
before this vehicle
it's
came
not
along, people had to be
so it's
more
not
true.
wrong when it's just a little bit of people, but it's only wrong.
No, I'm not talking about it being right or wrong. The argument is not it being right or wrong. The argument is that there was a vehicle that was created to help someone.
Let me help y'all.
To misrepresent themselves in a bigger light.
Let me help y'all. The reason why he's saying what he's saying is because there is a level of it. Because if you meet somebody in person and you lie about yourself, you're lying about yourself to that person. You're misrepresenting yourself to that person. But when you get on social media, you are now forcing people to believe somebody that you're not. Because now we have to continuously, so if we're following you, I'm not saying that people don't, Khalif, I saw your face. It's not about, people have to follow you.
Right.
People can unfollow, absolutely. But basically you're pushing the narrative that you're somebody that you're not to all of these people.
This is what people do on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
so the whole entire thing is we have moved into a different world. Yes, you are correct that social media became a vehicle.
Correct.
Social media became the vehicle because of the simple fact that we now live in a different world than what we lived in prior to now. It does not change the fact that people were already doing this. People already wear masks every time they walk out and present themselves to whomever. When you go wherever. And then there's also the aspect of groupthink. Groupthink creates societal rules, which means I get exactly what you're saying to say, okay, now I see that this person over here is doing it. This looks cool, so this is going to influence me to do these things or whatever. But however, it's again the society that we now live in. It's not to say that these things weren't happening before. They happen all over. Throughout time,
absolutely.
All of those things. It's just the fact that now we have social media, and this is the
And the question was, does social media, is it positive or negative in that light? That was the question. The question is, since we have this, is social media, did it add to it in a negative light, or is social media just
how we want to
bottling?
end this right here, because we're running out of time here today. We want to end this like this. Everybody has a great point. Social media is an outlet for artists. It's an outlet for people to be who they want to be, who they really are. It's an outlet for everybody, whether we like it or not. It's so many different things that we all see every day that we don't agree with, that we wouldn't do, that we don't like. But we got to let these people be. We just calling y'all out there. I'm calling y'all out. And letting y'all know I see the bullshit. I see that you think that 500 people are hating on you. I see that. And that's okay. I really hope that you get the help that you need when it comes down to believing that kind of stuff. But if you really feel like that, then that's just what's out there. But we have to learn to accept this and move on. All right. Guess what, y'all? That's a wrap on the mid-season.
Hey.
Let's go. Everybody's talking about it. Yo, we hope to see y'all coming soon with some more fly stuff. What I need y'all to do, though, is follow this page, like our page, get up on here, put in the comments, DM us on some topics that y'all find prevalent in your life, things that you might be talking about with your friends and your social circles or your coworkers and your family. Hit us up and let us know so we can talk about those things too. And we'll see y'all soon.